Hey YouTube, I want to talk to you today about some multi-tools. After probably, a really long time, I upgraded a multi-tool. Here's my original, still works fine. Leatherman PS2, but I'll get to why I finally upgraded. It's got a lanyard hole, which is pretty much useless. Here's the partially serrated blade, very sharp. It's basically some kind of chisel or really thick screwdriver. Scissors, they work great. File, which is actually very useful. I use this for fishing quite a bit, particularly saltwater fishing. It says it's stainless, but it's actually not really totally stainless. I'll get to that in a minute, which is pretty annoying. But you can use this groove in the file to sharpen fish hooks. There's either a really small regular screwdriver or a punch, Phillips, and the can opener. Okay, there it is. So, what's the issues with this particular multi-tool? Well, this is sort of an old school multi-tool. I think you all realize that, right? Before the multi-tool revolution, pliers are good. It works well. The problem I've had with this multi-tool is, in fact, in the blade. This multi-tool, I think because of the configuration of this blade, the fact that it does not lock, I've cut myself more on this blade than any other blade I own, and I own a lot of knives. This thing is just, either because how you open it, how you can manipulate it, it's nasty. Very sharp too. To cut the shit out of you. The other thing about this multi-tool, I don't know if you can see it, but this is mostly stainless, I believe. This is certainly stainless. The pivot is not stainless. There's something in here that's not stainless. This thing, it bleeds rust from here like you can't believe if you hit it with some kind of cleaner. Put it in, I've actually cleaned it in hops, but these are, there's definitely some surfaces on here that are not suitable to get wet. Alright, if you get them wet, you better dry it real quick rather. This Cabela's tagged one. Cabela's pretty much my favorite outdoor store. I like REI too. There's a ruler on the back if you want to measure something. Right? There you go. Alright. So I've upgraded it because of those problems, particularly the rust in that knife blade. I think is nasty. So what did I go with? I went with a Swiss Tool. Why? Well, I got a really good deal on it. I like Leatherman products a lot. It's a Victorinox. It's the black Swiss Tool. I believe the Swiss Army gets issued this. Here's some shots of it. There's a Swiss emblem, Victorinox emblem. What do I like about it? I'm not crazy about the black oxide. It's got lots of tools on it. The other thing that you'll notice is everything locks, and they all come out separately, so it's not like when you pull one open they all come out sort of, I guess people call it sympathetically. Similar tool profile. I won't go through all of them. I think there's some things that are better, like the length of the bits is longer, which is good. Nice punch. And it's got two blades. It's actually got a serrated blade here on this side. When you fully deploy them, they lock. It's also got a saw. It's got a file on it here. There's no slot in it to sharpen fish hooks, but I'll live. Knife. Let's do it from this direction, shall we? Some of them are not hard or not easy to get out. Can opener. Swiss Army knife can opener is the best. Here's a bottle opener with a screwdriver, a small screwdriver here. Very utilitarian, right? Sort of like a chisel. You can strip wires with it as well. Big fat screwdriver that you can also chisel with, I'm sure. And then a plain blade. So it's got more features, but that's not really the issue between the two. I think the issue is the fact that you can lock it. So let's, and also hopefully I won't have that constant problem whenever I get it wet that I get some rust in the joints. And the fact that the blade's actually located on the bottom, I think that makes a lot more sense than the blade here, that when you open it, it's actually on the top. I think it's closer to your working surface, right? That seems to be a better, this seems to be a better design. It's locking. There is some play. This usually drive me nuts. There's no side plate. This play here, I think, though, is just something you're going to have to live with on these multi-tools because of the way they lock up. This can't be nearly as precise as a locking knife. But it's reasonable, certainly suitable. I like the blade, and I like the locking feature. You just push this back, and it closes like so. Pliers are really nice too, by the way. They have very sturdy tip, and you can see here on the cutter you can actually use the strip wires too. Okay, close the wire, push it off. So really nice. So I like the black oxide finish. Yeah, I do. It's got a cool look to it. What I don't like about it is when I first got it, it comes off on your hand. You can actually see it's coming off of my hands. But anyway, Swiss Tool versus the old Leatherman. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on them. I've been used this around the house a little bit the last few days. Actually took it to work because I needed to get some stuff done at work. And this was a tool that, hooking up equipment mostly, this tool that became very, very useful to have with me. It's heavy, it's big, it's heavy. But I guess I'll take that trade-off any day. I don't really mind if it's heavy. In fact, in terms of a tool, being a little bit heavy in your hand is not the worst thing in the world. In fact, it gives you the feeling of a little bit more substance in your hands. I think that's a good thing. All right, hope that's helpful when you make a choice. Thanks.